Kyle could hear the sickening sounds of breaking bones which accompanied the plunging sword, followed by the painful wheeze of the man's final, gasping breaths. From his position on the steps, Kyle remained trapped. He watched, unable to help as the impaled man grew still, blood staining the purity of the white floor on which he lay. The victor reached down and, to Kyle's surprise, closed the fallen man's eyes. "I'm sorry," he said. "I wish there had been another way." A deep, gruff voice arose from behind Kyle's immobile position. "You have done well. I didn't do it for you. I did not want this. And yet," the voice countered, "you made your choice." "Damn you," came the man's reply. "There was no choice, not after what he had done and would have done still." "Ah, my lord, but there is always a choice. Always." A deep growl reverberated through Kyle's bones as the fallen man's body burst into flames. The fire rose upon the still form, blending with the man's golden robes before spreading across the marble. In reflex, Kyle attempted to rush back down the stairs, but remained unable to move. "No!" Kyle exclaimed as the flames warmed his pale skin. "What do you want?" Genuine fear laced his plea at the fire's approach. He willed his body to move, to no avail. Flames reached him, tiny sparks jumping to his robes before bursting to new life, consuming the silver threads. Intense heat burned Kyle's eyes and blurred his vision. The world transformed into a sea of flame, which licked its way along his skin. He shrieked as his hand reddened and burned. "Death, Lord of Colosso," the voice growled, overpowering Kyle's screams. "Death to those who love them." "Kyle!" Brandon's voice pulled him from the nightmare to the safety of his palace chambers. Attired in pink satin, Brandon had been standing guard between the chambers of the crown princess and the young captain. "You called out in your sleep," Brandon explained as Kyle jerked from the silver blankets to stare down at the smooth skin of his unburnt hands. Heart racing, it took several breaths before Kyle could manage to say, "A dream." "Must have been a bad one." "Yes," Kyle answered, his eyes traveling the familiar room, decorated entirely in silver, from the thick draperies to the cushions covering the chairs. After confirming they were alone, he turned back to Brandon. "What time is it?" "Almost sunrise." "Okay," he nodded as his pulse slowed. "I will go ahead and prepare for my shift." "As you will," Brandon replied. He moved toward the door, but paused as he reached it. "Kyle, I know you're captain to the future queen, and that creates a new level of protocol. But if you ever want to talk, I will let you know," Kyle replied. "Thank you, Brandon." "Glad to be of service," he said before leaving the chambers. Once again, Kyle raised his hands and gently rubbed his fingers against his temples. Another in a line of ceaseless dreams, each featuring the same two men, killing each other over and over again, always with the same warning: death to those who love them.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.